Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I am the City Escape Griller and I am once again married. Over November, my wife and I, now my wife, we went down to Florida and we got married down there. And then after the wedding, we went to Key West, which is the southernmost point of the United States. Really beautiful sunsets down there. It was a lot of fun. The weather was gorgeous. And now we're back up here in New York where it is freezing cold and winter. We spent Thanksgiving up at the City Escape, and I actually cooked a 17.5-pound turkey on the Weber kettle. But we had these crazy, enormous winds of like 40-mile-an-hour winds all day long. It was the first time I cooked a turkey on the kettle, and using charcoal in 40-mile-an-hour winds, it was just one of the hardest cooks I've ever had in my life. It was really, really difficult. I thought an ash was going to blow out of the grill and start a forest fire. It was just a very difficult cook, so I wasn't able to make a video. And we ended up having to shut the cottage down for the winter because it is a seasonal cottage. So now I'm back in Manhattan and cooking out of the kitchen here in the city. So bear with me for the winter. We're not going to be doing much grilling because it's just too cold out. And I have nowhere to grill other than the City Escape, which is now shut down for the winter. So never fear, in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to make one of my favorite wintertime dishes. It's cast iron chicken. Stick around. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is take a look at the vegetables. Here we have a sweet potato. This is a fairly large sweet potato. Next we have a Vidalia onion. I like Vidalia onions. They're a little sweeter than your typical yellow onion. And we've got a few cloves of garlic. I don't know, use as many cloves as you like. Because this is such a large sweet potato, the first thing I'm going to do is cut it in half. And this is a little difficult here because sweet potatoes are pretty hard, so you got to be careful you don't cut your hand. I'm just going to pop the top off of this and then lay it down on the flat side and then go right down through it. And the idea here is to cut this into bite-sized cubes. Not too big, not too small, something just like this. The next thing we're going to do is add some olive oil to a large cast iron skillet. Then we're going to take a chicken breast, and this is bone in, skin on, and get the chicken breast into the olive oil. And then for my seasoning, I'm going to use this adobo seasoning I have here. This is a blend of sea salt, garlic, onion, black pepper, oregano, bay leaf, and turmeric. This stuff's pretty good, but feel free to use your favorite seasoning. Even just garlic powder, salt, and pepper would be great here. And I like to go fairly heavy with the seasoning. Make sure you get it on all sides. That skin is really going to crisp up and be delicious when it's done cooking. Then the next step is to add the sweet potato around the chicken. Just like so. And top the sweet potatoes with a touch more olive oil and some of that adobo seasoning for the sweet potatoes as well. Then we're going to take this and place it into a preheated oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Close the oven and give this 15 minutes to cook. And while the chicken is in the oven, I'm going to cut up half of the onion, just peel it, and we're going to cut it into a medium to medium large size dice. And for the garlic, we're just going to take off the skin and leave these as whole cloves. But if they're kind of big, you would just cut them in half. Otherwise, just leave the cloves as whole. And then once the chicken's been in the oven for 15 minutes, we can go ahead and pull that out. And I should mention we added the sweet potatoes first because they take longer to cook than the onions and garlic. So after those 15 minutes, now it's time to add in the onions and garlic. We're going to hit them with a little bit of olive oil, some more of that adobo seasoning, a little bit of salt, and some fresh ground black pepper. And then it's back into the oven. And let this cook for 30 minutes. And just like that, those 30 minutes are up, and our chicken and vegetables are done. And I should mention that the whole house right now smells absolutely fantastic. The garlic, the onion, cast iron chicken, winter cooking just doesn't get any better than that. Okay, so here is the part that I've been waiting for, and that is to taste. You know, cooking chicken breast this way really gets you nice, juicy results. That is the perfect amount of time to cook this recipe. The skin is great with that adobo seasoning. And yes, I am eating straight out of the cast iron pan here with no regrets. Delicious. I'll try one of these sweet potatoes. Very nice. The where the vegetables are touching the pan, they get nice and caramelized. Really sweet and delicious. And of course the garlic and onion. Let me try those. Give this recipe a try. Use the same times, same temperatures that I used. You will not regret it. This is a fantastic dish for the winter. You know, getting the stove going just gets the whole house nice and warm, and it smells great. Oh, I should mention, I should have a beer check here. I'm gonna wash this down with this black chocolate stout from Brooklyn, from the Brooklyn Brewery. In the wintertime, I like to drink some stouts, and this stout in particular is absolutely delicious. Ah, that is good. Give this recipe a try and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Leave a like, subscribe, and of course, keep on cooking.